So, I'm travelling abroad today somewhere, and I've got no idea where I'm going. When Airalo got in touch and offered to sponsor this channel, I thought it would be the perfect opportunity / excuse to jump on a plane. After all, their world's first eSIM store does completely remove the hassle of roaming charges and all that faff that you have to go through when you take your phone abroad. The thing is, when my girlfriend found out about this little trip, she said, "Why don't I book you somewhere?" So about 2 or 3 weeks ago, she booked a flight to somewhere in Europe, and I have no idea where. And the idea being is that I'm going to go to this place with my trusty steed, which is the Google Pixel 7 Pro, with the Airalo app installed, add an eSIM to it from the store that Airalo provides, and use that data while abroad to make the trip far less hassle. Now I keep delaying it. I've got to find out where I'm going. Hi, sorry. Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Filming a YouTube video.
Oh, okay.
Is that okay or is it not? Just been told by a very nice security person that I can't film there, so that broke the flow a little bit, but I still haven't looked at the card. Wow, I'm going to Brussels. Jen, you've smashed it. Now, there is another element to this, which is that Jen has booked me something this evening when I get to Brussels, and again, I have no idea what it is, but my phone's just gone off, which I think is going to be a clue. Mark, the surprises aren't over yet. Look out for a sign on the other side. ... Enjoy, winky face emoji, 2 kisses. I guess I should get to Brussels and find out what on earth is going on.
So, I knew I was going to Brussels, but I still had no idea what was waiting for me at the other end. Had Jen booked some kind of excursion? Was I wearing the right footwear? Would I have time to drop off all my clothes and kit at the hotel? After a ludicrously short flight from the UK to Belgium's capital, I nervously made my way off the plane. I'll be honest, up until now I'd been quite blasé about the whole trip, but as the surprise drew closer, my heart started to race faster. Thankfully, I had no checked-in luggage, which meant I could head straight to the arrivals area to find none other than YouTube legend, ignore the card he's holding, Patrick Rambles. As it turns out, Patrick and my girlfriend Jen had been secretly planning a surprise meeting at the airport between me and Patrick. Patrick then very kindly drove me into the city for dinner, and we just had a fantastic evening. It's so awesome meeting your fellow creators in real life. And, well, what a start to this trip. While you're watching these beautiful sights of Brussels, let me explain why I decided to work with Airalo for this video. So I don't know about you, but when I go abroad, I hate having to remember to turn off data roaming. And then we have the small matter of having to pay your carrier for using that extra data. And let's be honest, finding affordable connectivity while you're abroad is hard. And Airalo basically provides instant and affordable connectivity through eSIMs to over 200 plus countries and regions. So why does Airalo exist? I think it's simple. There are just so many problems when it comes to travel connectivity. Data roaming can be incredibly expensive. Managing a couple of physical SIMs while you're traveling abroad is inconvenient. And then looking for free, fast Wi-Fi to connect to while you're abroad is much harder than it should be. And that's why Airalo offers instant connectivity from the moment you arrive at the destination, ease of use through one single app, and you can receive calls and SMS text messages on the original number.
So the good news is that Airalo is really easy to use. Basically, it's an app that you install on your phone, and within the app, you buy the eSIM that you need. And as you can see on here, you can basically scroll through any of the 200 plus countries they support. I can basically search for Belgium, like so. That gives me Belgium, and then within there, I can then choose the eSIM that I want to use. So for instance, we've got 1 gig, 2 gig, 3 gig, right up to 20 gig, and they last for a certain number of days, so anywhere between 7 days and 30 days. And you can pay for the eSIM via a couple of different methods, so Google Pay, for instance, because I'm using the Pixel 7 Pro, or you can use any Air Money that you've got, which is a bit like a wallet that you have within the Airalo app. So I'm going to use that, I think, and basically we put a tick in the terms and conditions, and just confirm that my device is suitable for the eSIM that these give, and basically if you've got a modern smartphone it's going to work with Airalo. So I'll take $7 from the balance of that Air Money and then press pay, and there we go, order completed, done. Really straightforward. It then gives you some guidance on how to install the eSIM. So we go to eSIM details. This then confirms how much data I've got for this period. Install eSIM. And then Android says, do you want the operator to download the SIM? So I say yes to that. And then it says, do you want to use Airalo for mobile data? Yes, I do. And that's it. I'm now using that eSIM. I didn't have to restart the phone. It's just done. Really straightforward. It's just so simple. But now I'm going to go to bed, wake up refreshed, and do some exploring. So now I know where I'm going, or where I am, time for some facts about Brussels. Brussels has 138 restaurants per square mile. The Royal Gallery of St Hubert is the oldest shopping arcade in Europe. Brussels sprouts have been grown in Belgium for over 700 years. French fries actually came from Belgium. I bet you didn't know that. Audrey Hepburn was born in Brussels. It's home of the EU. There are some massive cathedrals. And lots of other really big buildings. Oh, and buildings covered in gold. And I bet you didn't know that Brussels Airport is the largest chocolate selling point in the world. About 1.5 kilograms of chocolate is sold every single minute, and about 2 tons per day. That's more than 800 tons of chocolate every year. They're also famous for waffles, as you probably know, and I can confirm they taste absolutely amazing. Light, tasty, and I think I'm going to eat quite a lot of them this weekend. And obviously it's famous for chocolate. I had to buy 4 because it was cheaper, apparently. They know what they're doing with beer too. Cheers.
While I'm enjoying this hassle-free data experience abroad, I thought I'd give you a bit of an insight into what I actually do with my phone while travelling. Firstly, I find my way around with Google Maps. I'm terrible with directions, so that is absolutely essential. As you'd guess, I take loads of photos, and it's nice to have those photos uploaded to the cloud straight away. I check in with email because I basically never stop working. But far more importantly, I do check in with my family regularly, which means using Zoom, Google Meet, FaceTime, that sort of stuff. I'm British, so I check the weather all the time. And although I did loads of walking in Brussels, I do normally book lots of Ubers. Then there's keeping an eye on the YouTube channel, publishing blog posts, publishing social media posts. These days, all of that stuff is so easily done on your smartphone. The moral of the story? This is all totally normal stuff. I'm not making huge demands of my smartphone or the network, but carrier charges and free Wi-Fi do make a lot of these things untenable while travelling. Airalo, on the other hand, doesn't.
So, what do I think about Airalo? Well, it's made this trip completely effortless when it comes to data. And as I mentioned earlier, that's what it's all about. I hate having to go through the whole rigmarole of dealing with my carrier and then potentially getting home to a massive bill. You saw how easy it was to get the eSIM up and running on this phone earlier. Very well priced, I think, as well. It's a bit of a no-brainer. So if you're heading abroad soon and you want to make the whole trip much less stressful and more cost-effective when it comes to your roaming on your phone, I highly recommend Airalo. Check out the link in the description. As for Brussels itself, what a lovely city. I felt really safe here, loads to do. In terms of filming this video, so many kind of picturesque spots, so many lovely old buildings as well, cobbled streets. I really recommend it. Oh, and yeah, great beer, great fries, great waffles. I need to go on a bit of a diet when I get back. Wish me luck. Big thanks to Jen and Patrick for making that amazing surprise happen at the start of this video, and huge thanks to Airalo for making this entire trip possible. Remember to go and check out their app. The link is in the description.